Yeah. That is.
Peace and love, peoples. How y'all feel?
It is.
What's going on?
What's up, my brother?
All right, how you feeling, man?
Man, I'm feeling great, man. I'm a little tired. We had a long night last night. We were all on the phone, but I'm good, brother. How you feeling?
All right, man. Yeah, we did have a late night last night, pulling some things together, but it's good to be back in the place. Half face back in the place. The Night Brothers Show. We ask you to like, subscribe, and share as we move forward. We got some great information for you tonight, as always, and the information is going to be topical at that. When my brothers come on, when Lenny and Arden join us in a minute or two, man, we're not gonna cut it up. We're gonna chat it up and get this thing rolling.
Yeah, we're gonna have some fun tonight. We're gonna have a lot of fun tonight. We're gonna give you a lot of good information as well. But as always, y'all are the livest audience on the internet. And we appreciate you commenting. Y'all are the livest audience on the internet. We appreciate you commenting. Give us your thoughts. Give us your ideas. We want to hear it.
As always, this is a show where your opinion matters. So please do not hesitate to add your questions or comments as we go through with this material tonight, because you know you're a bigger part of the show as the host and the questions themselves. So feel free, man. Drop in your questions
Absolutely.
and comments.
Hey, before we get started, guys, we're going to give some advice tonight. And as always, we like to say we are not doctors. We are not medical providers. Before trying anything that you hear or see on the show, please contact and talk to your medical provider and find out if it's right for you.
Absolutely.
Take it away, big bro.
That's what you
Yes, sir,
call.
absolutely.
That's what you call a show enough disclaimer right there, boy.
Yes, sir. A medical disclaimer.
That's a show enough.
Gotta stay legal, baby. We gotta stay legal.
Ain't natural. We gotta stay legal, brother. We gotta stay legal now.
True indeed.
Cheryl Queen, what's up, Cheryl?
Cheryl Queen in the house. What's going on, Miss Queen?
I talked to your husband the other day. Tell him I said what's up.
A show enough disclaimer.
Peace and love.
All right, you remember?
Yes, sir.
You remember show enough? You don't know show enough.
Oh yeah.
Wait, who
I had the glow.
who is show enough?
I had,
Tell me who show enough
I had the
is.
glow, son.
Who was showing up now? Who was showing up?
I don't know who show enough is. I just show enough know who the glow is. I got the glow, baby. I'm that light.
Showing up was that the last
Show enough
dragon?
got beat down.
The Last Dragon.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it was.
That's what I thought.
What's my name?
Show enough.
Y'all don't know nothing about
Yeah,
show enough. I don't
Yeah,
think
his
y'all.
glow started flickering. He wasn't real.
I don't think y'all know about show enough. There he is, Mr. Nuff.
Yes, sir.
Remember-
Bad as smoke. folk.
There he is. God damn.
Show enough.
Good pull. Show enough.
Oh man.
Hey guys, it turned out to be pretty not a bad day. When I got out there this morning to get my walk in. When I first got out there, it was a little sprinkle, and by the time I finished the sun, it was like the sun was trying to break through. It ended up being a pretty nice day, man. Pretty nice day.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. It was a little
God
sprinkle for me on my way into work, but not too bad. It ended up good.
God is good, Q.
No question about it,
Cleaning
man.
the air for me.
Yep. So
Kept on in.
shout out to Mimi Lee. Always
Hey, Miss Lee, how you doing, baby? I ain't even see you. How you doing, Miss Lee?
beautiful
What's up,
soul.
Mimi Lee?
Love.
Shout out to beautiful
What's
Mimi
good?
Lee.
Beautiful soul. Yes, indeed. Shout out to her.
Yes.
Shout out to Cheryl the Queen. D Queen.
Yes, sir. The queen
Indeed.
in the building.
Real
Cheryl is
queen.
the Queen. Cheryl, my wife said she saw you last weekend. She said, man, Cheryl is just so sweet. I just love her so much, man. You know. Yes, indeed.
Yeah,
You
y'all
know.
was kicking it.
Yeah, she said I had Mimi there, I had Dee Dee there, I had a good old time with my girl.
Damn, that's what they had a ladies. They had a ladies day. That was a great thing.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
No doubt.
No doubt.
All right, look, we're gonna keep it moving. I'm gonna kick it back to Q and Kenny. I know y'all like the playoffs coming up tonight, don't y'all, Q?
Oh yeah, you got the play-in games. And, you know, it's win and you move on or lose, and you're not quite out yet, but you're close to it, according on where you fall in that time frame. So, legends from the past. What's going on, Armand? What's going on with you, brother?
I got it on right now. Orlando is up 15 over Atlanta.
Dang.
In the first play-in game.
15-point lead?
Wow.
15-point lead over Atlanta.
They ain't looking good.
In the NBA, a 15-point lead is not insurmountable.
Nothing.
So we see what the rest of the game brings.
Absolutely. What's up, Armand Wallace, big bro?
All right, man. Listen, that first vibe tonight. Now, socially speaking, we got some things we're gonna cover, man. That kind of we're taking something that's very topical. Actually, tonight at midnight, we'll bring an end to tax season and tax season 2025. You know, and we're gonna just dive in that a little bit. We're gonna have some questions about that. And want everybody to know, if you have not tackled tax season at this point, that hey, you're up against the you're up against the deadline here.
The proverbial wall.
Yeah, the proverbial wall, the proverbial deadline, and we're going to talk about that a little bit. Kick that around, man. You know.
Wallace said the ladies kicked him out of his own house.
Because we're talk about the tax. We ain't worried about that right now. We're going to talk about these taxes right now.
His beautiful wife hosted the event for the ladies, and he got kicked out of the house. Oh, man, that's crazy. All right, Q, what else we got going on tonight? Besides tax?
I'm trying to stay on point here. Yeah, we're going to talk about tax day, and today being tax day. And we're going to talk about vibe number 2, the super powerful herbs that help our digestive system. And I know that particularly as we age, our digestive systems sometimes can get out of whack. I know there are things that a lot of people that they consume now that it gives them issues where prior to that, they may not have even thought about it. But eating those things now are an issue for them. So we're going to talk about some of those herbs and powerful things that help our digestive tracts from our gut health. And I think this is something that you definitely want to dive into for conversation, people.
All right, sound good, brother. All right, let's keep it moving then.
We're back at 7:39 with In Depth Today. It is April 15th. That's tax day. That means time to get to work if you're among the 31% of Americans, with that many, who have procrastinated.
You're officially out of time. We got Brian Chung here. It's a midnight deadline, so you have a few hours. We're getting down to it, Brian. So what's your best advice if you got to procrastinate?
Yeah, well, happy tax day to all who must observe. Yes, the deadline is coming up in a few hours, but don't panic. Basically, if you haven't filed yet, just make sure you have your forms together. So first off, have those W-2s ready, have your 1099s as well. I want to point out Venmo and PayPal, you will be getting a 1099 if you use it for business. If you just sent a few dollars to someone to square up dinner, you don't have to worry about that. You're not going to get a 1099 form from Venmo, so don't worry about that. But I do want to point out there are some resources to help you also get this across the finish line. There's IRS free file for those that have an income under $84,000, and there's even an IRS direct file for those that have income under $200,000 for more simple tax situations. It depends on whether or not you qualify. Just check online because it also depends on what state state you're in, but that could save you some time from having to shop around for what software you want to use, because in many cases, the IRS will offer their own free option for you to do your taxes today.
All right, we've got 15, 16 hours, and somebody brushing their teeth just had the reality, I'm not going to get this done in that time. So what can they do? And a little of that depends on where they live. They may get a little bit of extra time.
Yeah, so some states, you already have an automatic extension depending on where you live. There are some disaster declarations as well. There are a number of states that do have as long as May 1st to file those deadlines. You can see the states ahead of you, portions of Alaska, New Mexico, Tennessee, Virginia as well. For disaster relief, there are also areas like Los Angeles County. They have until October 15th to file those taxes, and then November 3rd for Kentucky and parts of Wisconsin. So I want to point out that obviously it's a little confusing because it's not the whole state in some cases. If you're confused about it, just go online. You can go on irs.gov, search where you live to see whether or not you already have that automatic extension. If you do need to file an extension for your individual circumstances, there are two ways to do it. You can do it electronically through what they call the Form 4868. You can also file a paper form. It must be postmarked by today, April 15th, to get that extension.
All right, so that's the tax. What's up, people, by the way? What's up, people?
What's going on, fellas? What's going on, Natural? What's going on, Kenny?
Peace and love. So,
What's going on, my brothers?
That's the tax situation. Anyway, we're going to break it down. I'm not partial to this day. I'm going to just say that publicly right now.
Yeah. Especially after the... Especially with all the shiggity they doing out here talking about, you know.
Neither am I.
Dealing with people. Yeah. They almost get half a peace sign. Guess what finger I would keep up?
Yeah. Me and the IRS are not synonymous.
But the thing is, hey, bro, they can come for you.
Emma, peace and love. Peace and love. Emma, appreciate you jumping in with us.
We're going to break it down to you for you, Emma. She said, I think it was extended for 9 days. I hope so. But
Well, it depends on where you are.
it doesn't much matter about that now. I've been to the mountaintop.
Yeah.
I've seen. Anyway.
They're showing you who they are.
Look, let's talk about it. I'm going to throw the questions out about tax day. First of all, who has dropped a one in the chat group?
Don't do it.
Drop a one in the chat group if you have filed. Let me say that. I was not gonna say not filed. Drop a one in the chat group if you have filed. If you don't drop nothing in the chat group, we know we know where you stand. So it's all good. we ain't ratting you out or nothing.
We ain't calling
There's
nobody
gonna be a lot of busy people this evening.
We ain't calling nobody out, but
we ain't calling no names.
Yeah, talk to us, people. Let us know.
I won't be dropping.
We all family here.
I
We all
won't be
family.
dropping no ones. I'm gonna tell you that. But anyway,
Me either.
Q might drop a one. He might be the only one in here dropping a one. Let me see.
Q, you dropping one, big bro?
Responsible citizen right
Hey,
there.
Emma.
hey, Kim
Got it. You know,
What on,
Kim Walker, she's always on point.
have your face in the plate. Kim Walker.
Beautiful
You
Kim
have
Walker
been
too.
blessed to have you and Miles back in the building.
Emma on point.
And you know,
Cheryl-
Queen is on point.
Cheryl, I don't know if
You know,
that means
Queen is on point.
she got 11. I don't know if that means you filed one for you and one for Keith.
Yeah.
Hey, she threw 2 ones down there because she was that third.
Oh, no.
You know what I mean?
I don't know. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
you gotta explain that. Cheryl, you gotta explain that.
Cheryl got some explaining
BB
to do.
Lee, I know you on top of things.
There's some explaining to do.
Without
Mimi, you got some explaining to do, Mimi. You and Cheryl and
Damn,
Kim
boy,
Walker,
you
y'all got some explaining to do.
I need to be
She
like
ain't
the
got no
Watkins
explaining to do. She
household.
put a 1 down there. What she explained?
I need to be like the Watkins
Emma did
household.
hers in February. She been done. She got her money. Miss you too, Kim.
Miss you,
All
boy.
right.
Kim Walker, it's good to have you back in the building, dear.
So anyway,
Tell you something.
we got
said
some
peace
one.
and love too.
So here's the questions.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Miles.
Just for everybody. Can I still file for extension like now?
Yes.
What say y'all? What's the answer? Public audience, help us out here with the answers. Can you still file for extension now?
If I'm not mistaken, big bro, yes, I think you still can file for an extension up to 6 months until October. If I'm not mistaken, fact check
Well,
me
you
on
have,
that.
you have until midnight tonight to file for that extension. An extension gives you some additional time if you don't have everything together up to October 15th, 2025.
Yes,
So it's not.
I think so.
It's not like you're toast if you can't get that tax situation in tonight. You still have a little bit of time to deal with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what you said too, Kenny?
Yeah, I know there's some kind of extension. I'm thinking, I'm going with Big Bro. I think it's a 6-month extension you can get.
In different areas.
I think you gotta pay it's really a small, like $1 or $2 or something crazy.
Oh, okay.
At least that.
You can drop $1 in the swear jar.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, cool.
You can fact check me on that, but me and the IRS are not, like I said, we're not synonymous.
Y'all ain't on good terms.
You're not on the same page, Mother. You're not.
Mimi said yes, you can still file.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. Okay, Mimi.
Let me see what I got.
I think Ms. Lee is correct.
Can I still file? Yes, but you must act immediately. The IRS allows taxpayers to request an automatic 6-month extension. Somebody said that they was on point. However, this extension only applies to people following not to a payment. Any taxes that are owed are still due by the 15th, and penalties and interest will accrue from son of a gun.
Wow. Extension ain't shit then.
Yeah, it's just the IOU, you know what I mean? Saying, Anyway, next question about taxes. Very interesting. What happens if I miss the deadline without filing or paying? I guess we know part of that based on the last answer.
Well,
what happens if I miss the deadline without filing or paying? What y'all think happens to me?
Well, you know how government operates.
Depends on your situation.
You wind up on a plane. Trump gonna come pick you up. You're gonna be on a plane and you're gonna wind up in El Salvador. That's what's gonna happen to you.
I know there's some penalties. It's gonna be involved. If you have some tax debt, there might be some penalties involved, like a 5% penalty. I think it maximizes up to like 25% or something like that. But there are some stipulations for that. We just have to deal with it.
Yeah, you may not hear from them immediately.
That's old money.
They will come. They're coming.
Oh, interesting indeed.
It depends on if you owe. If you don't owe, I mean, if they owe you, they don't care. And they hope you don't file for 3 years because they keep your money.
The answer says if you miss a deadline or owe taxes, the penalty without interest will begin to accrue. Late filing penalty 5% unpaid per month, up to the maximum of 25%. That's just.
Now you need to get your mic, son. You need to get your mic.
Up late penalty 5% up to 25%. That's a straight jack. Late payment penalty 0.5% unpaid tax per month, and interest currently at 7% compounded daily. Damn.
Man, think about that for a second. Think about that last part of that. Think about that last part. That's a hit.
Yeah, somebody said taxes against the law. You know what I mean?
It is actually.
Yeah.
I mean, for real, it's not in the Constitution. It's supposed to be volunteer.
She said file an extension. All right, last question for taxes. We up out of here on taxes because I ain't partial to taxes. I'm gonna just tell you that right now. What if I'm due a refund and I don't file? Do I still get it? What say y'all?
And
I think
if you file after 3 years.
3 years. I think Arden said that.
You still get it, but like I said, within that 3 years now, so like you said, within that 3 year period, you better get that money.
And there's no penalty, however, you must file within 3 years from the original deadline to get your cash.
Like say hypothetically, you had $1,800 coming back. If you 3 years and 2 weeks past that deadline, your money going bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Yeah, you likely not to get it. Let me put it that way. So,
yeah,
interesting all the way around. So anyway, that's what's up for tax season, y'all. Let's keep it moving. Let's talk about some herbs. Some herbs. I know y'all had the wrong thing in mind when I said
feel nice with the verbs.
I know y'all said, what herbs you want to talk about?
Well, tonight's feature, we're gonna explore some super powerful herbs that can provide important digestion. It's important to your digestive health. Can really be a boom to your digestive health.
Yes, indeed. So take a look at this video, Q. Arden
Yes, sir.
and Kenny. We'll chop it up on the outside.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Knight Brothers Show. Ever feel that uncomfortable bloating, maybe some gas, or just feel like things aren't moving the way they should? You know, like your gut's just off? Listen, you're not alone. So many people struggle with digestive issues, and it can be really frustrating. But here's the good news. The solution might be simpler than you think. We're talking natural remedies that have been used for centuries to promote gut health. Today, we're exploring 5 powerful natural remedies that can help reboot your digestion and support a healthy gut naturally. So, if you're ready to say goodbye to bloating, discomfort, and digestive woes, stick around. First up, we've got ginger. This spicy root has been a digestive hero for centuries. Ginger stimulates the production of saliva and bile, essential for breaking down food. It's especially beneficial for chronic digestive issues like acid reflux or IBS due to its anti-inflammatory compounds. Next, let's talk about peppermint. Peppermint contains menthol, which helps relax the muscles in your digestive tract. This can be a lifesaver for gas, bloating, or stomach cramps. However, if you have acid reflux, be cautious as it can sometimes worsen your symptoms. Turmeric, that golden spice, isn't just for flavoring curries. Its active compound, curcumin, is a powerful anti-inflammatory agent that works wonders in the digestive tract. Curcumin supports healthy bile flow, crucial for breaking down fats. Turmeric also strengthens the gut barrier function, preventing leaky gut. Adding turmeric to your diet supports your gut lining and reduces the risk of inflammatory bowel problems. Apple cider vinegar, or ACV, has been trending lately for good reason. It helps restore the natural acidity in your stomach, allowing your digestive system to function optimally. Mix 1 tablespoon with a glass of water and sip it about 10 to 15 minutes before meals. Never drink it straight. ACV is highly acidic and can damage tooth enamel. Always dilute it with water for safe consumption. Finally, let's talk about aloe vera juice. Aloe vera contains unique enzymes and soothing compounds that calm inflammation and promote better digestion. It's particularly helpful for heartburn, acid reflux, or constipation. Always choose inner fillet aloe vera juice, not the whole leaf variety, and start with a small amount. So there you have it. 5 natural, powerful remedies to help you heal your gut and feel better from the inside out. Whether you're sipping on ginger tea, mixing ACV into your drinks, or adding turmeric to your meals, your digestive system will thank you. Remember, a healthy gut is a happy gut. And a happy gut means a happier, healthier you. Let me know in the comments which remedy you're excited to try. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more wellness tips. Until next time, take care of that gut.
Gut, what? Take that.
Okay, look, before we dive
Yeah, that gut.
before we digest
Digest.
this subject matter,
I see what you did there.
Okay, good. I'm glad somebody caught on to it. Let's break some of this down and enlarge in this a little bit. First of all, what is the digestive system? We're talking about healing your inside and all of that type of stuff. But what is your digestive system? Well, you know, digestive system says it's a process involving breaking down food into smaller molecules so that the body can absorb them and use the nutrients. So that's what your entire digestive system is doing. It's really just breaking down food, extracting nutrients for it. And it begins where? Put it in your mouth. That's where it begins.
Okay. I thought you wanted the next line. My bad. All right, go ahead, keep on going.
I need to stop.
In your mouth.
I need to stop sometime. Anyway, it begins in your mouth, chewing because of saliva. That really starts the digestive process. Then it continues through the esophagus, onto the stomach, into the small and large intestines. And then the digestive system also includes accessory organs like the liver, the gallbladder, the pancreas, which helps and aids in digestion. So, you know, with that being said, let me smallen that for us. So make that a little bit smaller. And let's kind of look at this. Ingestion. So here's because these are important facts before we dive into some of these powerful herbs that can help. Ingestion and propulsion, first stages, where food actually enters the mouth and is moved through the digestive tract by muscles and contractions.
Well, hold on for 1 second, Lenny. I just don't want to skip one point because we skipped a very, very important point here.
Go right ahead.
Chewing your food 22 times or more is extremely important when you ingest it prior to it getting to where you're saying. And then carry on from there on. I apologize.
No, great point. Very
couldn't
great
miss
point.
that
And
point.
we talked about that at an earlier show. But
Other
number
show,
two
yes.
is the mechanical and physical digestion stage, which goes to what you just said, chewing and churning. So chewing starts in the mouth, and then the churning in the stomach actually breaks down the food into smaller pieces. So, I mean, let your teeth do the work, because if you kind of just inhale food, you know what I mean? I've seen some people just sit at the table, cute, and just like, whoo! Like, damn,
Yeah, I told you I have a coworker, man, who just inhales his food, and it saddens me to see that. He's been doing that since I've known him, for 20 years.
And it makes your whole digestive system work like 10 times harder if you just chewed and took your time. And I know it's good sometimes. You just want to, eat up everything. But and then the third stage is chemical digestion. This is where digestive juices and enzymes from the mouth, stomach, pancreas, liver, and intestines start to break down the complex molecules into simpler ones so that it can move through your system. And so that it can go to stage number 4, which is absorption, where nutrients are actually absorbed from the small intestines into the bloodstream through specialized structural villi. Okay? And then last but not least,
elimination.
Because if you don't do this one, you're gonna be full of shiznick, basically.
Toxic.
You're gonna be full of shiznick if you don't do this one. Elimination, waste, including undigested food, pass into the large intestines where water is absorbed before they are eliminated as feces. And that's by the aid of the gallbladder with the bile duct, which is bile that comes in that helps you to pass this stuff. So if you get a little jacked up in that area, that's when you get constipated and it's like really hard for you to pass. Number 2.
Now, Lenny, before we even get to that, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna share something personal with you. Now, just less than a few days ago, I just had a colonoscopy, and getting cleared out and cleaned out, and it's amazing how much better you feel after you get all that mess cleared out of you, man. And so it's important that we do have those type of things done as well.
Quickly, just for the,
I'll tell you, we may want to get a moment and see if we can get Argo on one time, because she spent 30 years doing
this,
cleansing.
Yes.
It'd be great to have her on the show.
Yeah, we just talked to her last night. It's funny that you mentioned that, because Lenny and I were just talking to her last night about something else, and you're right. We've talked to her about that, and she'd be a great guest to have on just to talk about those type of things.
And the colonoscopy, I just didn't want to gloss over the colonoscopy. I had one about a couple months back, Q.
Yeah.
And especially as you get a certain age, great.
Yes, it's important
for men and women.
Men and women.
But during that process, if you've been through one or two before, they make you do what, Q?
Man, you have to clear yourself out. First of all, you have to fast.
There you go. That's what I was looking for.
They make you fast.
They make you
prior
do a
to
fast.
that.
They make you do a fast the night before. So
Yeah,
all
they
of
want
y'all
you to
should be ready for a colonoscopy. Y'all night brothers.
Yes, sir. It's gonna be a problem for you.
Yeah, exactly. They make you fast. So and then they have you drink some solution to make sure that you continuously go and really kind of rid out everything that's in your GI tract and your whole stomach, everything. So it all comes out of you. So anyway, somebody says, what the Emma says, I use all of them to make myself a tea. All right, we're going to break it. We're going to dive into it. So anyway,
that's great, Emma. That's great, Emma. That is great.
This is the system, basically, like I say, starts in the mouth, works your way down, esophagus, hits down. You see the gallbladder and the liver and all that stuff, supportive, pancreas, all of those are supportive organs of the digestive system. Hits your small intestines, goes into your large intestine, and come out your anus, baby. It comes out, and that's it.
Come on, man. Come on. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real.
All right, Q, here you go. Started off, Kenny said, boy, you too much. She ain't having fun. There ain't no fun. Q can't
They ain't lying.
All right, Q, start off with you, baby. What we're talking about herbs that can really kind of help this whole process and really give you super health in so many other ways. But man, if you don't get stuff out your digestive system, man, you are not going to be right. You just not going to be right. I'm telling you, man. You're going to feel.
You will not be on this planet. If it doesn't come out, you will not be here.
So cute. Yes. Talk about number one. You see it on the screen.
Ginger, man. Ginger is it's great for digestion. You know, it really is. It stimulates those digestive enzymes that you talked about. You just talked about saliva. You mentioned a couple of times, and you mentioned saliva and how important saliva is. Producing that helps move that food along. You know, it's like a process. I like what you just showed earlier. How it shows how there's a process to this whole thing of breaking our food down and moving those foods along. And ginger helps. Those enzymes help increase the saliva production, which moves the food along. It moves the food through the stomach process more efficiently, and it can help with things when you're having issues like bloating and nausea and gas and that type of thing. Ginger can help with those type of things, and ginger can be consumed. People always say, "Well, damn, how do I use ginger?" You can use ginger and get ginger into your body in different ways. You can get ginger because it helps with things like acid reflux that we talked about. And how can we consume ginger? Through teas, through ginger with teas that someone just mentioned, through stuff like supplements, ginger supplements. Now, the Chinese are known for using ginger in a lot in their food, in their cooking. If you go to a Chinese food restaurant, they'll see the use of ginger a lot. Or even things like ginger candy. Arden, you know there was ginger candy?
Yes.
That people consume?
Of course, bro.
And eating ginger candy, that's a good way of using it as well. So, but it can really help.
Not the sugar.
Now, can it combat things like irritable bowel syndrome or acid reflux? Absolutely. It helps with those things, those chronic issues. But we have to be careful because if we use it too much, it can be a problem as well. But it helps those anti-inflammatory properties that ginger helps with the irritable bowel syndrome and acid reflux. And man, if you've gone through acid reflux, and we all have, I'm sure, at one time or another, that can be a real challenge for you. So things like ginger can be a powerful combatant for that. And having it in teas, having it in things like cooking, or having it just in supplements. So ginger can be a powerful tool.
They say that ginger is one of the herbs that reawakens the digestive system.
Yes.
So if you have like a sluggish digestive system, or it just became slowed down for some reason, or not functioning like you used to, you know that you're not normal. You're not regular to whatever regular is for you. You know what I mean? You know how many times that you move, or daily, or per week, or something like that. If it's off for some reason, you feel like you're retaining and you're not, excreting the stuff out. Eliminate.
Yeah, not eliminate.
Then you could, and use this ginger, like you said, Q, and it really is a good reset.
Yes.
Tashia, you so right. You know what I mean? So grateful I'm not having any issues going on.
I know a lot of people do have those issues, though. And Art, you know people that go through that as well. Like you talked about having Art go come on, but a lot of people have issues with elimination. And ginger can be very, very helpful in some of the ways we talked about, just in teas, having it in our cooking and things of that nature. And I know you might want to mention that when you talk about it, Art, about how that can be helpful with that elimination, getting that mess out of you.
All right, now I'm gonna go to powerful herb number 2, and want you to opine on it. And that's some herbs right there. That's not those type of herbs.
Although I take a pound of herbs, I'm still nice with the verbs. So what you heard? Yo, check it. My man peppermint, boy, that's my thing right here. Something growing right outside the house right now. One beautiful thing about peppermint, plant some in your yard today. It's going to kind of take over your yard, so when you cut it, your grass smells so wonderful. But more importantly, you can just go outside and grab some.
That's good. That's a good thing, Art.
Yeah,
that's a good thing.
It grows every year. I mean,
yeah, that's a good thing, though.
Peppermint, spearmint, all of those mints.
So what you get? Hold on, before you gloss over that.
Yes, sir.
So what, you just go buy some seeds?
Yeah. I mean, shoot, if not, I got some spearmint. You can cut it off, take it, and clone it. Actually, you can use, for the planters out here, you can take and cut a piece of peppermint, take aloe, and real aloe, stick the end of the plant in the aloe and put it in there, and it helps to germinate and helps create roots or develop root structure.
Wow.
Aloe is it's good for us, but it's also good for plants. If you're taking clones, if you do cloning at all, you slice a piece off, stick it in the aloe, cut a piece of aloe off, stick it right in the bottom, and then commence to trying to, germinate it. It definitely helps a lot. I mean, it helps as good as some things that you can go in to the store and buy to do that. But getting back to my peppermint is absolutely amazing. You can throw it in, if you just have some water or whatever else, if you just you pull a piece off, drop it in the water, it just goes and actually, it creates a tea, whether the water's cold or hot. And basically infuses that into your tea water, or into your water, and creates a tea. But it contains menthol, a natural menthol, which relaxes and soothes the muscles, which can relieve like gas that may be trapped in your digestive tract, which is extremely important if you're having some issues down there, or even like if you feel like you're about to, you feel like you're about to throw up and it's kind of onset, you can drink some ginger tea. Excuse me, not ginger tea. You can actually, I use both of them. I use peppermint and ginger at the same time, but you can use peppermint right in there. And it's a really, really powerful combination if you put that ginger that Q was just talking about in with your peppermint tea. It's absolutely amazing, and it tastes wonderful. But it's just really helpful in reference to even after you eat meals. Like say if you finish eating and you're finished with your meal, have a cup of a cup of peppermint tea. Really good for you. Definitely helps your digestive, helps your digestive system break down what you've just consumed.
What you just ate? Wow, okay. Good stuff.
If you have acid reflux, I just was thinking about what Q had said. Be really careful about taking a lot of ginger. A lot of peppermint. I don't know why I keep on saying ginger, because they work so good together. That's probably why.
They work well together, Art.
Yes, indeed. It's like a two-piece suit. You can't walk out with just your blazer on and saying you got a suit on. You got to put the bottoms on too, baby. You need a two-piece and a biscuit. Well, omit the biscuit, because we're talking about not being constipated. So even though you're eating these herbs, it's really good to make sure you're not eating things that will bind your system up, like a lot of breads, a lot of cheeses, a lot of
Jesus.
dairy,
Yeah.
to make sure you stay flowing. So I'm gonna keep it short as possible, but definitely get some peppermint this week. Take some peppermint in. Get some peppermint tea. Get some peppermint seeds. Drop them out there in a pot somewhere in the backyard. Best believe it's very easy to grow and it's extremely resilient. It comes back every year, y'all. And that's the stuff I like to grow out in the yard. Stuff that I don't have to plant over and over and over again. No, I want it to come back, Black, and it will come back and then expand. So stay healthy.
But before you kick it over to Kenny, we're talking about how we consume those things, and you mentioned some of them, but I don't want to gloss over this as well. Having a nice tea, a hot tea, a warm tea, and I'm not a warm beverage guy, but having a warm tea, and I think Tashia might have mentioned it, with some ginger, peppermint, and that lemon, not only is tasty and fragrant, but it's really, really good for the body, as we just talked about.
No, Emma said that.
Yes, without
Emma
question.
said she put
Whether
some
you
in
want it warm or cold, depending
Yes,
on the
sir.
season or where
Nice
you're at,
tea.
it's always a good treat.
After a
It
meal,
really is.
after a
Treat
meal,
yourself.
even I said after a meal.
And I would even add a little sprinkle of cayenne pepper.
No doubt. No doubt.
Give it that
Yep.
bang,
All
bang,
right,
boogie.
Kenny. All right, Kenny, we're kicking it
Kenny.
over to you, bud.
Kenny, what powerful
Okay.
herb?
man.
What powerful herb are you talking about, baby?
We're gonna talk about turmeric.
Oh, that's my
Or
junk.
turmeric, or however you want to pronounce
Turmeric.
it. Just use it.
I call
right
it
there.
turmeric. I call it turmeric.
Yeah.
Oh, you got
You
your
see
bottle
that?
there, son. Let me see what you got, baby.
That
I
boy
see
got
it,
the
I
turmeric
see
on the slab.
That
see
boy
that?
Don't make me go
live.
outside and grab me some. Don't
That
make me
boy-
run outside and get me some peppermint.
That
Don't
boy
let
live and direct up in there. Let me find out.
We live and direct up in here.
Live
Absolutely.
direct.
And first and foremost, I call it turmeric.
Yeah.
I got into that when I joined the show. It's been a few years. I had never thought about using turmeric, the health benefits of it, or nothing. When I joined the show and we started talking about all these healthy alternatives, the turmeric was sold on me. Night Brothers Show. Check us out.
Yes.
But anyway, just like a lot of the things that my brother said before, turmeric it's very good for your digestive health. First and foremost, it does wonders. It stimulates your gallbladder. Your gallbladder, in return, releases bile. Bile helps you break down the food you eat.
Yes.
Helps your body absorb fats and nutrients at the same time. Also, turmeric is an excellent gas reliever. If you feel bloated, maybe after a meal, I feel bloated, I'm tired. Turmeric can be used as an excellent gas reliever. It has anti-inflammatory properties. Very much anti-inflammatory properties. Like the two main types of this disease, like Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis. Depending on your condition, and again, I'm gonna throw this disclaimer out here again. We're not doctors. We're not telling you this is how you fix your UC or anything like that. But this is something that could possibly help, depending on your level of inflammation. It can help with Crohn's disease, your ulcerative colitis. It helps keep you regular. What goes in, what?
Gotta
Must
come
come
out.
out.
Got to come out, baby.
Gotta come out. It improves your liver function. Your liver stores extra nutrients. It helps get rid of toxic substances, manufactures our blood proteins. Our liver is something that we definitely have to take care of. And this is something that you can definitely use. But I bet you didn't know this. Turmeric is a natural antiseptic.
Yep.
Turmeric is, I'm going to say that one more time. I don't think y'all got me.
Break that down.
Turmeric is a natural antiseptic.
Yes, indeed.
They're like, if you have some small wounds, of course you want to go to a doctor and you want to treat it normally. But if you have a small wound, an abrasion, this is a home remedy that you can use. I did not know this until a little while ago. I did not know that. You can use this for abrasions, cuts. You make it into a paste with water and you use it with a cotton cloth. And you apply it to that wound just like you would
Kenny dropping jewels on us tonight, ain't he, fellas?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Any other ointments that you would use.
Yep.
It has
Now,
antibacterial and
Kenny,
antiviral properties.
Yeah.
What's that, brother?
So Kenny, turmeric is also can use, and I know Arden always talks about this as well in recipes. Adding it to soups and things like that as a way of consuming a consumption of that turmeric.
That's
Adding that thing, adding it to soups, it gives it color and richness, and it can enhance your food, the taste of food as well.
Yes, it has that bright, vibrant yellow color.
Yes,
that turmeric has. And I
swear,
I put it in a lot of different things.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And here's one more thing that you may not know.
Mm-hmm.
Turmeric is definitely not a cure for this disease. Definitely not a cure. We're not saying that it is. But it has been proven in studies it can help with Alzheimer's patients.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
It takes the inflammatory. I mean, because
yes.
With inflammation, and that really is a real serious situation.
So what you're saying is if you're having some some memory issues, turmeric might be something you want to add to your definitely want to add that to your diet.
It may be something you want to add to your diet. I'm not saying that you take turmeric and you're going to be cured. No.
Yeah.
But it's something you can add to your diet and aid in your process of recovery.
Now, while it's awesome, good information, he says that it's good to know. And now I'm going to fix a turmeric cocktail. And I know he was saying, this jokingly.
Oh, okay.
I know he's saying this in a joking fashion, but that's basically what I do. I take apple cider vinegar was in the video. We're not going over that tonight. We're just showing you other things.
Big
apple cider vinegar. I take ginger. I take turmeric. Cinnamon is another one we didn't talk about. And I put all of these things into some water, shake it up in the morning, and that's my cocktail. Really. And I'm telling you, man.
I have that cocktail daily, brother. Daily.
Yeah.
With black seed oil.
It is.
Along with black seed oil. Thank you, Natural. Along with black seed oil.
Yeah.
And it can do wonderful.
And I know we're running close on time, but I want to throw one more benefit of turmeric.
Mm-hmm.
No, you weren't finished, so keep on rocking.
It's a natural painkiller. I mean, not if you got a broken bone or something like that. No, but it is a natural painkiller. You can use it for minor aches and pains, sprains, and joints. Try a natural remedy before you get a bottle of Percocets or whatever you get. Try something natural, and turmeric can be there.
He said before you get the perks.
And listen, we didn't in the video. The video talked about aloe vera and apple cider vinegar.
Right, we're not breaking all of those down though tonight, Q. But go ahead.
I don't want to overlook those at all.
Absolutely.
I don't want to overlook those because add those, like you said,
Queen, to juice it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's right. Right. You're right on point, Cheryl. You can definitely take the natural root herb and juice that. And you always want to blend it with some other things, but that's definitely a good thing to throw in there also. It really is.
Listen, Lenny, and we always talk about disclaimer, and we talk about apple cider vinegar, and we have to be careful with apple cider vinegar as well because it can be harmful to tooth enamel. But we want to mix that, make sure we thoroughly mix that with things like lemon juice, the turmeric you mentioned, Arden, with that peppermint. Add that as a concoction, a cocktail that Lenny just talked about. Kenny, Armand was jokingly talking about a cocktail, but a real cocktail of some of these herbs and things that we talked about, mix them in a cocktail, can be a very, very good thing to have on a daily basis. And it's something I drink, like I said, with black seed oil. I drink it every day. It's a cocktail that I have every day. And it really helps with your skin. It can help with internal organs and so much more, Arden.
And there's a lot of herbs out there. We can't talk about all of them in one show, but it's just like ashwagandha, echinacea, garlic, man. Garlic,
Yeah, garlic,
I love garlic.
Ginseng.
I eat garlic on anything. Everything.
Now, I don't, garlic does not mix with my body chemistry. It's, I'll retain garlic for a couple of days, but garlic does so much for our health, man.
Yeah, man.
It's
Naturally ward off colds and things of that nature as well. So I mean, herbs, man. Look, Kenny, you went through talking about UC and a couple other things with turmeric. Man, they got commercials out for everything. Because when you said UC, that's the first thing I thought of was that. I forgot what commercial what that is.
Wegovy or some of those.
Yeah, something like that. That pitches toward
like
that.
that.
And a lot of that stuff is very expensive, but there are natural remedies that you might want to try. Like Kenny said, we're not doctors. We don't play one on the show either, but we just want to let you know that there are, some powerful herbs out here that really just for your overall health. Just to enhance your overall health.
What I would challenge people with though, Lenny, is like some of these herbs that we're talking about. Start adding them to your recipes. Start adding a little turmeric to your recipe. Start adding, a little garlic, more garlic to your recipes. You can put that in there. I mean, shoot, you could daggone throw peppermint in certain things, especially your beverages. Garnish with them. And a couple of things, I mean, we didn't talk about it, but what is that stuff you put in? Bottom line, I can't think of the name of right now, but a lot of things, you can put that in your foods. Cumin, we didn't talk about that. It's an extremely powerful herb. Add it to your food. Your food should be the medicine. The food should be the medicine. Because when you use the other stuff, they'll say it's going to help this, but then they give you 2 minutes of the side effects of what it's going to help.
Natural, hold up. We can do a whole
They tell you 5 seconds about, it's going to help this, and then the rest of the whole daggone advertisement is, but it may cause this, may cause that. And what's wild is I don't know, maybe people don't get it. But if I'm getting something my stomach might be upset, and then you want me to take something that I might die from, it don't work.
We're gonna do a show on that.
I'll take the stomach upset.
That's a show right there.
Man. Give me some peppermint tea.
Yeah, that's a show right there in itself.
Yep, no doubt, man.
That's coming. That's coming down the pike, brother. I love what you just mentioned, because we need to talk about that. All those side effects. Yeah. They're talking about it's curing one thing, but then they give you 15 things that you have to be leery of because you're consuming them. So that's a show that's coming.
So definitely look, man, take a look at your herb. You might have some of these. You probably, shockingly, if you go open up your spice cabinet, you'll probably have 2 or 3 of these in your cabinet right now. Cayenne pepper is another one. Cayenne.
Clove.
Yep.
Clove is extremely powerful. And I keep clove in my pocket. Ain't no joke. Clove right here. This is clove. These little things, you can put it in your mouth. It's an antiviral, antimicrobial. And guess what? If you're somewhere and you might feel like you want to run up on, holler at somebody, or you talking to people, throw one in there, man. It'll make sure you're not hard. Make sure don't nobody want to talk to you, because that clove will smell real nice and smooth. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to go up there and you smelling like watch out. You want to be smooth. So, man, keep a little herb in your pocket, baby. That's all I'm saying.
You and Kenny broke up.
You talk about recipes too. Adding those to our soups and things of that nature. Adding things like turmeric and using those in our recipes, man, as a way of getting those things, consuming those things that can help our bodies, man. And we fall short on that sometimes, but we need to cover that a little bit more, because after all, our health is important.
Yes, indeed. Look, before we're about to sign off, but next week we got a powerful show. Really focusing on a big thing that ladies go through, particularly, after they, hit mid-20s, 30s, and on. And it's a powerful subject that we want to talk about. And Arden, I got to give you mad shout-outs for doing some research legwork on this one, but we all going to chop it up next week. Talk about. So tell your ladies, ladies in your family, if you have sisters, if you have aunts, everybody got a mom, if they're so blessed to still have them, or anybody, any ladies in your family, tell them to tune in next week because we want to talk about an issue that you ladies deal with, and definitely want to make sure that the information gets shared firsthand. If not, thank y'all for the comments. And then, but tomorrow night also. Tomorrow night, Armand got one of my favorite dudes in Annapolis, Archie Trader, on the show tomorrow night.
Yes.
I love Archie, man. I remember Archie down at y'all remember the Annapolis Rec where you played ball? They had the stage at one end, they had the doors at the other, so if you did a fast break, you was running into one of them
right into the wall.
break.
For the stage.
You was running. Archie used to coach the Little League down there, man. One of the guys got me into basketball. Got me into basketball, man. I love Archie. So y'all check out the Legends of the Past and the Future. Definitely a Legends of the Past with Archie Trader, man. Guy been around, done a lot of great things. Yeah, true legend in Annapolis. Folklore athlete, historic. So, but y'all check that out. And then Q has some great artists. Some great guests coming up in the near future as well. Take us out, Q and Kenny.
Yes, sir, man. Listen, man. Don't forget the playoffs tonight, Kenny. We're going to jump into that little bit of NBA. I know you're probably watching some of that right now, so we're going to watch some of that. Darlene Collins, how you doing? I want to say hi to you.
Darlene Collins.
Kashia talked about milk thistle, which is another...
She'll go hard up in the paint now. Now you're going hard in the paint.
There you go, baby.
For all my alcohol drinkers.
That's serious. Hold on. Tell people what milk thistle works for.
Anybody that drink alcohol, you make sure you got to have a bottle of milk thistle. Tashia, where my bottle of milk thistle? I want to have something like Kenny and Arden. I want to show that I got a product in the house too. Bring me my milk thistle.
Yeah, thistle. Give me that thistle, cuz.
Got that thistle, baby. Got that thistle.
Yo, hey man, we just saying get up on your herbs, baby. And see, you know what? This is the season where you can literally grow all of these things. Thyme, all of those types of herbs. You can grow it right in your backyard. Matter of fact, if you don't want to grow them in your yard, you can grow them in your house.
Yeah, and get that garden going as well.
Please, God.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna bring some people back on that's garden professionals. So if you want some help with gardening, I'm gonna bring a couple of people on so they can walk us through what we need to set up for.
Oh boy, y'all
now,
clowns,
this is
man.
the time.
Y'all is first class clowns. That's all I can say. Q, check us out, man. Help us out, man.
We'll catch y'all next week, man, with more really great information and things that we can really help our bodies, man, because we only go around this planet once, and if we're going to be living this life, why not live it in a healthy fashion?
No doubt.
That's my thing right there.
Take
care of your health, man. Take care of yourselves. So deuces, we'll catch y'all next week. We're outie.
Thank y'all.
Happy Easter too. Happy Easter to everybody too, man.
Everybody, happy Easter.
Resurrection Sunday.
Absolutely.
Call your senators, call your congressmen, and ask them what the hell is going on here too, man. Make sure that phone rings off the hook. Matter of fact, I'll give you the number in a second, but we don't have enough time. Y'all know what to do. Y'all got the information. Call them Bammers and tell them get on the goddamn job. All right? So, peace and love, y'all. They want the goddamn tax money. Do your damn work. You know what I mean?
All right, we out, y'all. I appreciate that,
y'all. Next week. See y'all next week.